Okay, well that's the new bracket. I called Busy Bee and they haven't shipped my order yet because they still don't have the bearings. So I told them to cancel the bearings and I'll get those from a different source. And they're going to go ahead and send the Arbor now. I should have it in a few days. In the meantime, I'm going to pull the Arbor from the Delta as well and check the size of the bearings on those. I might as well order those bearings while I'm at it. Here I've taken the saw off the stand to expose the Arbor assembly. Okay, so over here, the first thing I gotta do is take off this nut that's holding on the pulley. That's on there pretty tight. The ideal way is an impact driver. I have an impact driver, but I don't have a socket that fits it. What I've done is I've taken the vice grips here and locked the Arbor shaft and use the old school hammer and chisel thing here to try to jar it loose, and then put my crescent wrench on and turn it off. It's still really hard to turn. There it goes. And the pulley comes off once I lift the Arbor assembly. There's another retainer that holds the bearing in, and of course, with this, there's some wax in here that I've got to try to clean out first. I made a bit of a drift here with out of a 3/8 threaded rod that I'm going to try to turn this with. There it goes, easier than I thought it would be. Now I'm just trying to heat up the knuckle itself, not the Arbor. You can see the wax that's still in here. Yeah, we got a number here too. This is a 6203. I think this is actually the same size bearing that goes on the Busy Bee. The next thing is to pull this bearing off the Arbor, and to do that you would normally need a bearing puller. I don't have one, so I made this one up. This is just a 1-inch washer that I've drilled holes and tapped for a 1/4 threaded rod. And then just a piece of 1/4-inch steel here with holes drilled through and nuts threaded on. And what happens is that'll fit over and around the bearing, pushing in tight, and then up against the end of the Arbor shaft, and then I'll just tighten these nuts to pull it off. Hopefully it works. Now once it goes so far, it's going to slip on this one, and then it'll probably catch on this one again, and I'll have to pull it past that one. As you can see, they're quite covered with wax. Now, The one closest to the blade seems to be in really, well, I can't say good shape, but at least it was in reasonable shape. The outboard one is really shot. I can feel a lot of movement in that, and it's really grating when I turn it. So that one was definitely gone. So I need 2 new ones of these, and like I said, they're exactly the same as the ones on the Busy Bee. So I'll just order 4 of the ones from VXB, and I should have those in, I guess, a week or so. Now all I need to do is wait for the bearings to come after I order them, and I can get this put back together. I'm glad that I took it apart now. I was kind of worried about the bearings not being a standard stock size, and that kind of made me hesitant, but now that I have it off and I can see that they are indeed a standard size, it's all good. I can get those bearings. I think the price for them, $2.77 each, so I'm looking at 4, 2 for this saw, 2 for the Busy Bee, and you know, you can't go wrong with that. Not to mention the Arbor for the Busy Bee, which will be here directly. That's $19.50, so pretty good deal.